Well, howdy. It's been a minute. So, I went and got hurt. I got hurt by standing. And that's pretty much it. I have a hernia now. And so I'm no longer standing anymore. Though it doesn't really hurt me. Like, kind of gotten over that part. We're working right now to see if I need surgery. And the first step of that is seeing how I do in the next week with bed rest and medication. But it is true that 3 weeks ago I got a standing desk, and now I got a hernia. Although, to be fair and literal, I hurt my back 4 weeks ago initially. So I was bending down to pick up my kid, and before I touched her, like, this is not, I couldn't pick up my kid. Like, it's worse than that. Before I even touched her, my back was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But at the time, it was a small, men in their 40s put the back out. It's a thing. It just happens. And I've done it before already. I'm 44. 43? I'm 40 something, and I've done it a time or two, right? And it hurts for a couple of days, you have trouble walking, and then it gets better. Well, apparently it's cumulative damage, because this time it didn't heal. Every time it felt like it was going to heal, I'd wake up the next morning and it'd be painful again, like a little sine wave. So here we are. And what can I say? On Friday, it was I was done. Like, the pain in my spine, my left leg. I don't have to. This is a game development stream. You don't have to go through all the stuff. So it's like, point is, shit's not great, but I'm sitting in this chair. I'm not feeling any pain. Got the meds, and I thought I'd have to lie in bed the whole time. Like, based on what it was like on Friday and Saturday, it's like I'm gonna be in bed for months. No, that's not how the real world works. So, though it would have been interesting to do a in bed stream, but I don't know how I'd have cowboy hat have to be like this. But we're not gonna do that. So. So it's gonna be fun. Alright, so I recently, it was mostly offline, so the last couple of weeks or so, I had been converting. So basically, when I built the game, I made it so that it was all client side, because I wanted to develop the game, right? And then later I would implement the server and then move stuff from the client to the server. And I have completed that work, and so now all of the decisions are made by the server, other than the player picks what card to play and what flashcard answer to choose. But by and large, when there's something the server needs to say, or the game needs to say, oh, you got it right, or that does 2 points of damage, the server says that, not the browser. And so this enables, among other things, PvP one day, and then PvE, co-op content, rankings that matter. So there's no cheating. Of course, you can cheat by looking it up online. What does that kanji mean? What does that word mean? But that I'm not going to worry about too much. We're going to do, I'm going to, do something similar to how, most games and or, even Duolingo has the tiers for little contests, and all it does to get rid of cheaters is it just keeps going up with the tiers. So cheaters find themselves at a really, really high tier that is unreachable by real people, and then they just don't show those to real people, right? And so, fine, you want to cheat, you want to go and use a computer that makes it really fast, and then, well, okay, why are you playing the game? But then also, you're not going to get any cred for it because you're going to be tiered out of normal people. You're not going to be putting normal people out of place because you have put yourself out of place by rising up so far into the stratosphere of tiers. The point is, though, it will eliminate server or client side cheating like that, like where you can just automate it and then tell it like, oh, I'm not even going to click anything just to get me the right answer. So you have to at least give the right answer as far as the server is concerned. You can't just tell it you got the right answer. And some other things like that, you know. So now the game state is not told to the server, it's told from the server. And the server tells you, this is what you got. So even if you try and manipulate stuff on your side, you know, the server's going to ignore it. And if you try and give the server, oh, I want to use this card that I don't have, you can't because you don't have that card. The server's going to check its version of your game state and say, no, you can't do that. So we've got that work done, and there's only one screen left, 2 screens left, 3 screens left, before you've got yourself a fully functional game. And that is at the end of a run when you've died, you know, you show your roguelite screen that says, oh, hey, you did this many rooms and this many floors and took you this long, and you got, oh, these are the items that you got, and, you know, here's the ones that you've unlocked, and that screen. And then you have the cutscene screen for, like, you know, when you reach milestones and defeat a boss or unlock a certain recipe or get the complete version of an, you know, things that are important to the story. There needs to be a cutscene scene that you can show off the story and then move on. That one is the very last thing I'm gonna do. And then, well, I said 3, so run and cutscene. Oh, right. And so when you make it to, so the bosses in this game can appear on any floor with a certain chance, right? But they can also, like, they do appear in place of the, so it's one tower. The game takes place in a single tower, but every 5 levels, you know, it changes. And so you got the dungeony version in the first 5 tower floors, and then you got like a jungle type area in the next 5, and so on and so forth. And then, so every 5 levels, that 5th level, the entrance is guarded by the boss every single time. But you can also encounter the boss throughout. They'll be there, and you can decide to attack them or not. Most of the time you don't want to. That's not the point. The point is the choice and the danger. Because they guaranteed drops for what you want from the boss. Not the point. The point is, after you get through the boss at the 5th level, there's a teleporter type, you know, what the story's going to call it. The point is, you can just start at the next, you know, checkpoint. And there needs to be a screen for that, where you get to pick, I want to start here. And it may not even be in a full scene. It might just be something in the, you know, when you make a game. Could just be one of the options. Oh, I'm going to start with this. And so that needs to be added. But, you know, that's, so an order of rank, it would be the run-in scene, the drop down for the floor, and then the cutscene, because I don't got any graphics or content or assets for the story. So that's definitely where I can still market the game before then, put up some artwork, get some assets towards it, but the actual game story, um, that's all part of the final push, because it's not about the story. Whoever plays a roguelite for the story, they might enjoy it, they might enjoy the aesthetics, they might enjoy the artwork, but no one's invested in a roguelike story, right? Maybe if it was a roguelike, I meant to say roguelite, not roguelike, but it's not a story-driven game. It's a content-driven game. It's a purpose-driven game. Playing the game with half intent to learn Japanese, whatever languages come later. So the story is just window dressing to get you in the door. But after that, most people aren't going to read or play the cutscenes. They're not going to engage with the story. Not that I'm going to spend less time on it when it's time for that. It's not the front key issue of the game. That the game plays and plays well and does the language aspect. That is the two primary keys. And then it is tied together with a pretty bow that is the story and the aesthetics that is given to the game. So we need to prioritize appropriately what we're doing here. So that's where we're at. And so what I'm going to do today is the end run, however you want to put it, scene. Let's go. Give me a second here. I'm gonna and I don't think enough people watch me for me to do a poll. So I was gonna say, should I switch to turn off the music? But give me a second here. I'm gonna. This is what I meant. So, you could put it right here. A little bit of a broken drop down. You just start, and then split button here. You click this, and it pops up. Oh, level 10, level 20. Whatever it's going to be. And that way you could just, because this whole thing is meant to be for cell phones, right? So click, drag, tap, click, drag. And then same thing down here. So click, pop up. Like, you just use your thumb in easy places. And so that's why this, the cell phone is why you can do this. You can drag that all the way down. So when you're just using your thumb, you can just very easily and casually just pull that down. Your thumb's in this area, right? And then click. Instead of, throwing your phone around. I really hate doing that, right? You're it's the middle of the night and I'm playing Pokemon Pocket while my wife's sleeping, but she's got my hand, body pillow style, and then I'm trying to play the game with one hand, and there's buttons you gotta click on the side, right? So you're moving the thing, you're doing this, and you're up and I'm gonna go and then trying to do the little pinky on the other side. I hate that. I hate that with a passion. So I've literally made it so that you can scroll this all the way down till you can just boop all the way up. Put it where you want it. Boop. I spend a lot of time, not a lot of time, but all of the scenes are like that. Thumb range is the priority. So, anyway. We're gonna go now, and I'm gonna force it to go to the and I apologize. I ate food before it came here. It might be those curry, so it's delicious, Japanese curry, but it might make me a little burpy. Alrighty. So we don't have to worry about victory. There's not going to be a victory screen. The victory screen is this cutscene, which you won't get. Like you play this until you die, kind of thing, and then you incrementally unlock things until you eventually unlock the recipe. You unlock the recipe, the game is over, and it'll just play a cutscene, right? And then you can just reset your player file and keep going. You can do it again if you want to. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. So what I want to do... Oh, did I remove the... Okay. That's... Really? I think that I did. Let's go. I don't need to see my preview. Let's click on. Yeah, let's save me some studio mode. Screens. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Just need to update it so that. No, there you go. Wait, so then why aren't you? Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh, studio mode. Yeah, definitely doesn't want it to run. And that's okay. Just as long as it actually does it. And then it'll figure you out. Alright. We're going to open this. We'll go original content. Theme. Battle results. Alright. Take this. We're gonna save it. I don't think there's any run in, so we're gonna create a new folder. Run in. We're gonna get out here. Come on now. Oh, that's how you gonna play it. Liberty TV. World battle results. Let's save. Battle running. Defeat. That. Undo the trim. Add a couple of pixels. Should do it. I don't know, what do I do for... content theme. Did I shrink it? 64. Alright, that's shrunk it. 64. Bottom's fine, top I can take 2 more off. Proceed. Alright, so we're going to copy a bunch of stuff from the battle results. The battle results already has basically what we need. It's just for every time you defeat a battle or win a battle, it shows that, and it's got the does some graphics, and then off it goes. So run in is kind of the same thing, but you got beat. So I want to use the flourish that it has. All right. Okay. That should already be there, actually. Take this, put it here. And one day, I'll sit out and I'll, you know, do the thing where it, if I do more of it. I'm using a TENS device, you know, a little electromassager for my leg. Alright, so one day I will, you know, extract out all of these, you know, styles and, oh, it's cascading, you don't have to reuse them all. Yeah, I don't have to reuse them all. But for now, I am. Because that's cheaper, simpler, and easier to manage. Keep it simple. Why does that look wrong? Do I want to do the same exact interface? I think I do. Actually. Yeah, I do. I want to make the... that, and then just literally copy all of it. Yep, none of those buttons are going to be there. But they can. Oh, yeah, you got some stuff in there. Let's see what you... Not you. Not you. Almost. Oh, now modify display grid FT. 1 FT is the lowest common in FT. Alright. Gap. However, I think I'm actually getting rid of this. Just comes up a single thing. So we don't need tabs. Get rid of tabs. Its entirety. And add once listener, running menu, add once listener, run in. There it is. Beautiful. Alright, now I don't have anything for defeat yet, so we're gonna have to get some. Let's see what we got here. I don't think you can hear my desktop, so apologies. Search defeat. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go with that. It's not what I wanted. Odyssey update. You know what? We're gonna do that later. We're gonna do that later. Thank you. Don't do it. Yes, kill. Force quit. Don't do it. Don't give me the stop button and then don't stop. can't see what I'm doing, so just give me a few minutes. Effects. Add effect. Limiter. Preset. User preset. Hey, project. Mortality. I really got to sort these back. Oh. Original content. Sound effects. Export audio. Mono. Quality. The lowest. Browse. Immortality. Contact. Delete. Export. SFX. What do you preload? Button. Yeah, it's going to be a while now. Okay, but I think. Thank you for your service. Audacity. Oh, that's gonna that's fucking annoying. Oh. That's fine for right now. Alright. And you forget the whole function is a sync. Gonna have to do something about that. Alright. So now there's no... Now we got to build the data. Oh god, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Alright. This is gonna be there's going to be a thing where I make a request, to commit to undo that, because I forget. Hmm. Rules. Doesn't have to be all of the information. Good. Grid templates. Auto. Max content. This, but I can't do much about it right now. Alright. What does that? Oh, no, oh, right. Why did we do that? Do that. You get the right one. I always get it wrong. I'll have more in the future. We can go a little later. This is scrolling, right? Yeah. Kind of a there, but you do what you do. What I really wanted to do is the opposite effect, where it was like you broke into the screen, but I'm not there yet. I think so, but should be sufficient. Yeah. Hello, Nathan. Sorry if I missed you, Nathan. Probably gone by now, but you know, I was focusing here and not on the screen up there. I think you do that on purpose, you know? I'm talking to catch-up. Alright, so maybe that'll fix it. Okay, so let's add... Flashcard. And then now we'll go. Like you just put inventory there. Battle results. Because in battle results, it's always going to be. I see. What is it that I put in there? It's going to be a little tricky. So, I've unified most of the items, and certainly all the items that I'm going to show in this screen. Charms, curses, modifiers. Charms and curses are modifiers. So, charms, relics, not weapons, you don't want to unlock that here. Modifiers, relics, and just you're gonna lose loot. There's no point in loot in the run. Oh, that's a good point. Reminds me. So, let's see here. I'll use this. But stay here. No, play a loss. Okay. All right. If let's get item. Get if item type equals item type loot. If item type equals item shouldn't even be in there, but give me a second, let me finish this up. Which also should not be in there. Yeah. Actually, it can't be in there. At least if you listen to don't need that. I'm not going to remove the space. There we go. So we don't need loot, we don't need miscellaneous, which you should not be able to add. Miscellaneous. What fits in miscellaneous? I think miscellaneous is currency. Yeah, currency, experience, and stuff. So yeah, it doesn't. Oh. The AI was smarter than me. So we do want the currency. That should be it. We don't keep loot because it's only worth the. Like, you're gonna go in stories. The loot's there, but you're dead. The merchant's not gonna track in to get your body. So in the story, you are not, when you get these modifiers, you're not getting actual modifiers. So the main character is immortal in the sense that he's reborn every time he dies. And just kind of resets to a certain time frame. And he's lived so long that he's done everything and forgotten it. So when you find something that helps you or hurts you, it's really just a fragment of a memory. And if he does that, if he finds the same fragment enough times, he can remember it and then use it freely. So that's why he can bring back most anything that's not loot. That's what I'm going with. It's not real, it's just memory. Yet again, doesn't explain why he can bring back crafting material, but I'm not actually going to talk about this in the story. Yeah, don't matter. It's not really important right now. We can figure that out later. And until you get later in the game, you're really not going to have too many items on this list. Unless you're just really lucky. Let's take this thing that we just did. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh, I know one we can put here. I may add back the Let me add back the what's it for? Yeah, I think I actually am. Undo the content. Now, hmm. Now I have to add all that stuff back. Add buttons. Sections, HTML div. All that work that I did. Give me a second. Whew. Sorry about that. Hey. I put turn it off. Stop, Matt. I've dismissed that reward. We're gonna do this update 15 times today. I'm in trouble here. See, when you train the AI properly, it's useful. Ain't no vibe fucking code in here. Wait, what? Oh, you're not. Okay. There we go. All right. Items. Got a bunch of stuff here. Well, maybe I'll do the grade thing later on, but for now. Actually, I don't track. I'm gonna throw away these for now. I don't track what you did. I should. Not that it matters, but it will now. But I'm not prepared to do it just to make this some text on a screen make sense. So what I want to do is only show what you did. Yeah, okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I can do that though. Actually, I might have. The route will change every time you do the thing. So, room history. And unnumber, it'll be which is a number. There we go. Okay. This is insured? Well, we need you to be like that. You need to be like that. Wait, I'm in data, aren't I? You need to be like... Okay. Now, handler, room, go to room. History. Empty, don't do it. guess I will store. Got this now. Non-do. So not. Okay. We're actually just not gonna do this. Here's what I'm doing. Oh, Lord. I have the type. Sure. Surely he won't forget to remove this, he said to himself. No, because there's no run. Or not. Why not? Ugh. Alter. Wait, it's... What is it? Probably hurt the AI. He's like, oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. He's missed it. He's missed it. Oh. Alright. I don't have any curses. Joe. I'm gonna pause my for a second. Oof. Height is too small. Change button. No, God. That may not work anymore. That actually doesn't work anymore. I have to fix that. Uh-oh. Now I was gonna push that out. It should be wager and battle. There should be 2 entries in there. Yeah. And So if you look at room type, you see 3 and 10. So 3 normal battle, 10 major. So now what we do? Type. Actually, hold on. We're gonna change this up a bit. Let's go type and then 0. Yes. The reason we do that is it will preserve the type of. So if I do it if I just do it as an entry and I get the key and values and the keys for the room type, keys will be strings and instead of the room type. And so now I can do this without having to keep TypeScript bullshit. And in the end, I got the array anyway, so. Great. Oh, room type. So put this like room type label. I don't think there is anywhere that. Come on. You can do it. I don't know why you're crapping out at the 11th minute. Treasure 9. Alright. I guess it's just the internet. Which I haven't done fishing yet. So it should make 2 rows. Or make no rows. I'm an idiot. Run and store section 0, comma. Now, we'll do that. All about wager. And I believe, no, because fishing you can't. So we're gonna add the word room. I think a normal battle is the longest word we got, so. Okay. So now, actually, no, this is not how we're going to do this. Okay. All right. All right. Room. One. Foolish. Room. Hmm. Oh. Uh, so it depends on the language you're doing, like your primary language or what area you're trying to go. For like an enterprise website, it would obviously be like SaaS templates, that kind of stuff. If you're going AI, then you want to show off things you've built using AI, or if you're the one programming the AI, then like show off your AI agents and stuff. Uh, if it's a graphical thing, like you're saying, hey, I draw art, well, obviously draw art. Uh, these days, like with live streaming, right? Like I could just put up, and that's fine. And that part of that, the it does, and what you can do actually, you can have more than one portfolio, right? Like just like you might have a different resume for different companies, you might tweak it a little bit. If I've done, everyone's done that in the past, but I've done that when if my company, what I was going for was education based, I might leave off some of the less education stuff that's not relevant. It's not going to impress them or even unimpress them. It's just noise that makes them not really focus. So I would make a like I said, you're entry level. I would do a portfolio of what you would say is your best work, regardless of what it is. And so, you know, it doesn't matter, because the whole point is to get in the game. And so you make your portfolio not really knowing anything, and then you go for some interviews. And then if you aren't getting the responses you thought you would, you can talk to them. You can say, hey, um, was there something wrong with my resume, something wrong with my portfolio? You'll get feedback, right? And they'll say, oh, well, we looked and it was pretty cool stuff, but it wasn't, it wasn't machine learning, or it wasn't whatever. it didn't work for me, my browser, whatever. And then hey, you got feedback, and then you know where to go. The worst mistake you can make is struggling to do anything because you're worried that it won't be good enough. Whereas, you know, you won't. In fact, I just did this, so I'm gonna tell you a little story that kind of makes my point here. My wife, she's Japanese, so they don't really do much driving, and she has a problem with backing into a parking spot. And the problem is she'll completely stop the car when she's backing into the spot, when she's making her, she's turning the wheel. So she doesn't know if she's turned too far or too little because she's not moving. And so the key is that she keeps you keep the car moving a little bit so that as you turn it, you can see how much you've turned. And this is the same thing. It's not important to have a great portfolio to start. It's important to have a portfolio. And you'll know by the feedback that you get, even if it's not explicit, that how you can tweak it. So really, you said you've got a lot of things from your graduate project, just stick them all on there, right? And then you'll know as you talk to and you interview for jobs and whatnot, what's working, what's not. And then ask other people for their portfolios, right? When you go, you can go on Twitter, you can go on X, whatever, and people make their portfolios all the time. Now, you do want to have, right, and exactly, it just break it down and exactly, right? You probably weren't here for about an hour ago. I was like, I'm just copying and pasting CSS. I could, I can abstract that out here and put it over here and give it a fancy name and go and tell. No, it's just cheaper and easier and faster to just copy it until it works. And then on later, if, there are enough people paying me for this, then I can go back and make it better, save a few kilobytes. So no, absolutely. Just make your portfolio, throw everything on the page, and even the process of making the portfolio and throwing everything on the page, you'll just get better at it, right? Because you'll be like, oh, okay, it took forever to put all of these things together. Well, how can I break that down? How can I just, and then you get, hey, there's a new idea, because that's why you get some of those fancy portfolios, right? It wasn't about the portfolio at that point. It was showing off the stuff they did, and that became the portfolio. Not so much that they're working for clients, but how well they showed off on their stuff, right? Well, I'll take a look. Take a break here. Give me a second. No, wait, hold on before I do that. Do you mind me showing this on stream? I mean, it's just you and me right now. I don't have many followers. I mean, you sent me the link already, so I'm assuming not, but... So yeah, there you go. And you got some interactivity. That's pretty cool. I will say this, it's like, it's very standard. I mean, it's a bit of a critique. It's like every other portfolio that you're going to look at these days. So it looks like an Apple ad, and hey, Apple ads work for Apple, right? So it's not necessarily a negative. It's just you're going to see the person looking at this is going to see a lot of them, right? And no, that's pretty cool. I think we're getting to the point though where it's becoming a little passé, and I think also, like, if you really think about it, I don't have the portfolio up anymore. I don't do portfolios these days. Like, at some point you don't do a portfolio, but doing it like text messaging instead of, because one, it's like you're backspacing what you said, so you're not actually trying to say that, you're trying to say something else, instead of like bloop, bloop, bloop. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, I would say. And also the reason I liked the chat bubble thing is it left the thing on the page, so people would first focus on what they're seeing now, but they could, just like you do in your text message, just scroll back up And so you can see, hey, rated secure. You can see the buzzwords basically for it. And basically, you're opening up. It's the beginning of a resume type thing. They're looking for buzzwords. They're looking for the keywords that they want. But here, you have them there, but they got to wait a full 5-ish seconds to see all of the keywords. So it's not like a you got to change this immediately type thing or ever. It's just that's what I'm seeing and thinking. If I'm looking at this from a recruiter's perspective, it's basically at any given time there's only 7 words on the page, and that is something I came across too because I used to have a portfolio back in the day. It looked a lot like this, yeah. So, but in this also though, nowadays machine learning AI, you can just put that stuff in the embed. You can embed it in the markup, and then a human's never going to see this until it reached all the keywords that should have been there in the first place. So then the marketing has nothing to do with the portfolio itself. Does it meet some sort of standard that had nothing to do with a human? It's a little demoralizing in that kind of sense, but you make do, because it's not like AI just gets rid of the lower level people. And I like to call not like people who are like yourself or just getting out of college. What I mean is like the people who took a boot camp and would have never been good at what they're doing, but they needed a job, and they're smart enough to get through the boot camp. But being smart doesn't make you a good developer or a good painter, right? There is skill that comes in with these things that you don't just get by being smart, and that weeds them out. Base AI, that is, weeds them out, in that they might even move to AI, but then you already see it now, like the vibe coding stuff, and like, oh, some smart people are having a lot of success with that. But again, they are either purposely or subconsciously relying on skill they already gained by trying to do this normally. And now they're trying to mask that by saying, look what I can just do in an hour. It got me a 3D flight simulator that I can slap, pixel ads on, and I'm making $100,000 a month because I already had 60 billion people following me, right? So it's AI will get rid of those kind of people in the end who don't actually have skill. For me, I use Copilot, and you can have a long conversation about what's the best AI to use. I just use it for autocomplete. Right? It reads the code that I was writing and am writing, and then just more or less completes my thought on a lot of cases. Right? It's above 50% on a line-by-line basis, and that's great. Especially when you came in here, like it was doing, room type, these labels. So I did the first one, and I just tabbed through all the rest of them. That's it, because that's what you should use AI for. Like if you have to tell AI, oh, can you write an NBC model controller to blah blah, you're done. You're done. You will not succeed at that unless you already know how to write one, and then you can correct its mistakes after the fact without having to tell it to do it again. Anyway, now I'm going off kilter here, but so yeah, no, it looks fine. I would say in this day and age, if you're gonna go with the auto type there, exactly. I really can't. Sometimes I use chatbot, but that's just because I'll ask it math questions. One thing I could say here for your this background here, if you can learn how to animate these layers, like if it was an SVG instead, that would make it a little different, like a little slight, like wavy motion. You could even have it where they just went up and down a little bit. When the person came in, it kind of loads in. That would make it a little different. Maybe add some blur onto it. There you go. So let's see. Find it. Oh, hey, I didn't scroll. Well, there you go. Okay. Well, that's another thing. Well, there you go. I didn't even attempt to scroll because I thought this was, just a page to get me to click on the CV. So so you might add something that, like right here, a little indicator that you should scroll. Because otherwise, if you're not looking, you don't know. Like, you don't know there's something under here. You'd be done. Yeah, and even like a little square that maybe kind of fades in and out, a pulse. Because sure, I mean, most people would scroll, or they might try and scroll. If I wasn't talking, I might have tried to scroll. But you gotta make your websites for idiots, right? You gotta idiot proof it. And so, but no, you're right. You see, you've got a pretty cool little, yeah, on scroll animations. That's where it's at these days. For websites like this. You got the back filter blur. I love that, but I use that in my game. It's a nice little CSV effect. So yeah, no, other than that, I think so this is just, we'll see here. So I like this. There's also doing that with the CSV as well. The CSV, or is that a... Yeah, okay. That's the icon. Why am I missing that? Is that being put on there for something else? Is something injecting that? Timeline, dynamic background. Okay. So it's being injected into it, I see. This is, I'll tell you this is certainly better than my portfolio that I've ever had. I think there's too much information. How do I get back from here? Did it... Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Don't open a new tab for this. Especially if they look on a cell phone. Like, they would not go back to your page. So, you got either the option of iframing it in the same page, or just have it just be a link, because then they'll just click back. It should be just be in the button. So, detail. So yeah, it's just a link. So here, see over here, the target. So on the link here, just remove target blank, and it will no longer do that. So I can do it here right now. Okay. Can't do something else. So now it's in the same tab. They can come and go. So you just go through the HTML, remove these target blanks. Really? Really? What am I? Hold on. What's going on? Oh, you're not looking. Okay, I just doing something else. Okay. So yeah, just look for target. It is target equal. Yeah. Really? This is just a video of me driving in Hiroshima, and so I put the Predator effect on it. I didn't know JonTron did that. Oh, I see what you mean. You can't see. It's OBS is messing with me. It knows I'm hurt, and so I can't fight it. So I apologize. I've been doing all that, and you can't see my screen. So give me a second here. Studio mode, screens. It's kind of annoying that I have to do this every single time. Okay. Let's go back. There. I apologize. I had turned off my little laptop. It's not old, but it's OBS is killing it. It's just destroying it. So let's go back. All right. So I apologize. So this right here, I've already changed it in this one, but just target equals blank on the links. You remove that, and it won't do anything unless I click here. It's in the same tab now, and that will, because I mean, appreciate it. But yeah, I've been trying. I've done it before a couple of times in a couple places. I feel you. I mean, don't worry about it. Every time you try, you get a little better at it. Even if it's just grains of sand off a boulder. You know, I'm gonna do a karate reference there, but you know, that's literally what it is. But yeah, you remove those, you'll be fine. And then, but you're thinking about, like, you know, a normal person might go back to it. A recruiter won't. They'll go to another tab and they'll try and get back and be like, I can't. They'll just close the tab and you're done. And also, so I guess, let me check. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so when does that breakpoint go? No, that's fine. It's whatever. Because again, most of the time these days it's going to be cell phone, so the cell phone part lines up pretty quick. Yeah, there's a lot of good old Node.js. My game server is written in Node.js because it doesn't need more. Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? Back in the day, they didn't have this, right? So everyone had to figure it out, and it took them a long time, too. Nowadays, it's just YouTube video away. I mean, you know, I don't want to be... I've been using Node since the year it came out, and that's not to flex. It's just to put it in context. I've also spent a lot of time in Node. And not because I think it's the greatest thing ever. It's just... I was a web developer and I used a lot of JavaScript, and I'm not like, I don't hate JavaScript. Yeah. My wife was born here, so we yeah. It's a nice city. It is actually it's I don't know how you say ironic or coincidence, but it's kind of like the royal town. You know, you could live not with me in my home with my family, but you could come and stay in my apartment that I rent for my office. But so I was gonna say is it's like the rural town, like, you know, like in America. I'm not sure where you guys are from, but it's you know, you've got like New York City, and then you got like Indianapolis, or you got like Houston or Texas, right? And like they're big cities, but they're a little more. They're not LA and they're not New York. And so Hiroshima's kind of the same way. It's a big city, but it's not Tokyo. So it still has a little bit of that, you know, slower charm to it. But then you take the train up to Tokyo and you have some fun. So, but yeah, this video that this is me driving going to the zoo in Hiroshima. And so that's all it is. It's like an hour long. So it's a lot of fun. I was thinking about taking more of them, but it's just the backdrop. You know, you don't really get to see it that much. Yeah. I mean, my wife wants to go to Saudi Arabia. I think she went to Turkey, not Saudi Arabia. But she wants to go to Saudi Arabia. And Canada. It's too cold for her, but she'd like to go. I told her, you know, like, I had my last startup, which was about a decade more. We got funding out of Vancouver and set up shop there. That's what my wife says. Like, there's a lot of people going there, and so we will probably get around. Like right now, our kids are, you know, not too old. Like, you know, they're under 2. So it's a little bit much for international travel. You know, It's my wife does most of that. That's not. I told her, I was like, you're not going to be able to do both. You know, when she was young, she's been to like 40 plus countries, and I was like, you can't do what you used to do when you got 2 kids, right? You know, and I don't want to take her there and spend all that money, and then she has a bad experience because it's not what she was expecting. But you know, when our kids are 5 6 years from now, there's a lot that we can do when they're a little older and they can just kind of follow orders when it comes to getting around. And so my wife, she's looking forward to it. But it is, it's like, uh, I don't know. It is what it is, right? We chose to have kids, and there's consequences for that outside of, kids are great, most of the time. But you got to make sure that you can take care of them. So, like, actually, that's why I actually have this office is, like, I work remotely, and it's great to work remotely, but then you have your kids screaming and all the time, and so I had to get this place just because I need to be able to focus. I can't like it was like for the first year I didn't do that. I worked at home, and I had my own room in the house, but you can hear the screaming. Your wife ropes you in to help, and it's when she's at her wits ends, that's fine. But when it becomes a pattern of crying and then help and then crying and then help, you don't get even a handful of hours of work done, and suddenly your boss is like, hey, you're behind. At some point something's got to give. And so now I've got the place. It's a cheap little place, like a rent, and rent in Hiroshima is actually pretty low. I think USD I'm paying like 260. So if I went and got a co-working location, I would pay more than 260. Now yeah, well, no, I wouldn't use the word fire. I'd use a different word that starts with an S, but same result. But no, these days, he was actually a great boss because he let me. He was telling me that I paraphrase greatly. He was actually more concerned because he's like, what's going on? Like, you don't usually have this problem. And he's like, yeah, my kids. My wife's about to go and get in the bathtub, as they say. And it was what it was, but the truth is I needed a place to focus, and also my 3D printer. It's the kind that's got the liquid, right? The SLA, and that you can't put that around kids, right? And so I don't do it anymore. But for a while, I had a soap company, and we made shaped soaps, and so I'd print those in the 3D printer, and we make molds out of it. But you got your little kids there, and that stuff is toxic, and it gets on you, and then it's on your skin, so it's toxic on your skin. That's fine for you. Maybe your liver's gonna not feel good for a while, but your kids will die. And so that was another reason to get it away from them. A lot of justifications that I had. So, but no, the soap thing, everyone should make their own soap. They don't have to put it in shapes and stuff, but making your own soap is cheap, and then you know what's in it. And then also, when you get tired of making your own soap, you realize why some soap is expensive. Because you see the ingredients, and then you see all the stuff that's in it. Same thing for, like, I sold my own coffee for a while. Kind of like the soap, right? You get people to pay you to do the thing. And so I like coffee, so I got people to pay me to make my own coffee. And so I'm hoping to do that stuff here in Japan. Like, I've got some cool ideas, like candy kunais, like from Naruto and stuff, to sell to people. And I sold it in America, but yeah, and you can literally go on Amazon right now. I would say even in Canada, buy the soap base and buy some silicone mats to pour out bars of soap, and get you 6 months worth of soap for less than it probably cost for a couple of bars right now. And they wouldn't have all the smells, they wouldn't have the stuff, but hey, you can You want your moisturizer, you just buy a big bottle of moisturizer and you squeeze it in the mix. You're done. That's all they do. So you can do it. It's just if you got the man hours to do it. Right? You're saying it's cheaper because you're not taking into account how much time it took you to do it. But I still say overall, there's it's a nice hobby, so you have a little fun doing it, right? You make a little nice bar for your girlfriend or wife, so she enjoys it, and then she enjoys it on you for a little bit. So that's always nice, right? There are side benefits besides just, oh, it cost me $14 an hour or whatever you're gonna say you're worth, to make this bar of soap that I could have just bought a $5 bar of soap. But no, you're making 6 months worth of soap, and you can give them as gifts. You can give them to your friend, you can give them to your mom, and then they enjoy it because you did something for them, you thought about them, right? There are plenty of benefits to doing these kind of things that have nothing to do with the cost that more people should do. And also just the knowledge that you gained, especially if you did want to make special shapes of soap, going from 3D printers or just carving out silicone, that then lead to other things. Like I learned a lot about 3D modeling. And it works for, like I said, that's what everyone wants to do, right? The trick is to get someone to pay you to do the thing you want to do. And so, but you can start simple. When I had the coffee business, I didn't make a ton of money, but I made enough money to fund my coffee habit at the end of the day and be cash positive. Not rich, but I wasn't paying for coffee anymore, right? Same thing with soap. We didn't make a lot of money, but we made enough money from it that I didn't pay for soap. And I got 2 3D printers out of it. So it's finding those kind of things of doing it. Small scale operations that are fun and then easy to wind up, it's easy to make a business in America. Delaware is making it a little harder for themselves, but that's their problem. Like, it's free in most countries, like most states, to make a business. Like in Indiana, where I was before I came here, it's free. So you just file the paperwork online even. It might not be free anymore. It was free when I started, but land of corn indeed. In Japan it's called rice country because it's Japan, and they think for them corn is rice. In terms, you have a lot of corn, you have a lot of wealth, you have a lot of rice, you have a lot of wealth. So they call America the rice country because they had a lot of money, therefore a lot of rice. Anyway, I like your portfolio. We got off to the side there. Your profile is pretty good. Is it me? Is this only dark mode? It's like if I switch the settings. Settings. Appearance. Light mode. You might consider a light mode for not a whole thing. I would just make the background a little lighter in light mode. Not just black, it'd be like a grayer, or even just like a light gray, just because dark mode is great when you need dark mode, but when you don't need dark mode, it's the middle of the day. Your target audience is an HR manager in the middle of an office who's not usually surrounded by RGB lights, and it's kind of they're doing a job, so they're sitting there, and then it's a bunch of black, white text on black. So I would suggest, as an actual final suggestion, to put a light mode color in there that just doesn't have to be completely white, but have to flip everything, just bring it up a little bit and make it a lot easier for people to read on a 9 to 5 business setting. Okay. Dark mode is king, but you gotta remember that people who usually hire you don't use dark mode. Like the developers will, right? But usually the project manager and the HR manager and probably the CEO don't. You know, it's so you kind of need to like you got to really think about who you're selling your portfolio to. And so yeah, dark mode is king, but there's also a queen, and sometimes the queen is more right than the king when it comes to certain business. So I'm gonna go back to this. So I've put myself into a little bit of a rabbit hole here. So not run history, run statistics. Floors, rooms. Yeah, this will work for now. I'm not gonna do the rooms. I'll leave that thing alone. Just leave it like that for now. Run slot, run history, statistics. And then so now we're gonna add this. It'll play the game and like, oh, we're plus 2 damage, and then yeah. And no, it's not gonna be that. It's going to be run statistics. Doesn't exist yet. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I use Copilot for. Is that it? Okay. That's all I use Copilot for. And that's not a knock on people who use it for more. That's how I've found its value, is the little things that would have taken me 30 seconds to a minute to write. It's taken me longer to talk about it than it is to do it. Did I spell statistic now? No. Yeah, it was from statistics. Okay. Now, handler stars. Well, run. Start statistics. It's not an object. It acts like an object, but it's not. So what do I got here? Run statistics is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6. Just gonna put 6 zeros in there. So there we go. Why are you telling me no? No statistics? I'll do that. That's how I do the other one. So that should be fine. No, of course it's not. So what's not fine about it? TypeScript. Don't you like? Number is okay. But it is. Run statistics is just array any. So an array of numbers is an array of any. Whatever, doesn't matter. can go room type. Then come here, so we got the room types. Now we're gonna go to history. So now we want to go through that. Actually, I'm gonna do this to this. There's no reason to. A, there's no reason to return this. E. Go full 9 yards here. Oh. If you guys are still here, do you prefer the music on or off? Because I like the music, but it's just AI metal stuff from Suno. And I don't know if that's chasing people away. I mean, also, I'm streaming in the middle of the night in the other hemisphere. But I like the music, but I don't know if other people don't like the music. And I think it's probably just because I'm streaming when I'm streaming, but people are here, you ask questions. Yeah, not run length. That's not how that works. But, maybe how that works. Okay, that counts up from 0. Oh, that's a good point. I think I'm going to leave it alone for now. For the other things later. But I really didn't want to modify. Like, I don't do anything I just did, modifying the game state, just to get those things out. And now that I've done it, I didn't have to. None of the stuff that I just used came from what I added just a minute ago. Alright. We got that. Ooh, that's terrible. Oh, it's already 4:30 here. Time is it in the US? 3 in the morning. Yeah. So I'm done on. Oh, wait, did I? Yeah, there we go. Average time to render film. Let's turn that off. Okay. There we go. Getting a little twinkly. Of course now I can't see myself. I'm not working on that. Can I do a little preview? A window preview? No. Okay. Whatever. Alright, stop fucking around. I'm just messing with stuff. Alright, so that's all that does. And actually, let's look at this. Pop it into a function. This tree is going to be record. No wait, this tree is. I'm gonna do this. Boom. Keep it simple. Did you actually need that run value? Okay, alright, I got 30 minutes before I gotta go home. Go home and spend time with my family. Okay. Let's see here. I can use some of the stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna need all of this. Alright, so we're gonna take the inventory from the run. Values. Which again means that I don't need. Then you go and end battle. That. This is basically the function that I need. Together. Ah. And then just oh, okay. Oh. All right. So I keep forgetting this. Let me write it down. When you get an item, you can bring items with you during the run. You know, your weapon, your initial modifiers, and relic. But I don't want you to sell those. So there's a flag brought in, as in you brought it in. But you can get the same item again. So if brought in and quantity under, or if brought in and quantity under equals 1. In fact, quantity, if quantity under 1 returns. We don't need to see things we sold. Well, there you go. So brought in and quantity under equals 1. You technically can't sell them, but whatever. I like to be safe like that. So yeah. And then you append the child to... Yeah, thank you. So I don't need you. But I do need to make a placard. Alright. This is going to be different, so... You know, I should make a generic placard that then just uses the real placard. But until then... It's using... Yeah. Ooh, terrible. Body... Oh, right. Let's see. See if I have anything actually in there. Didn't do anything. This money is kicked out, so yeah. Ooh. Wait, what? Oh, right. Weapon. Relic, you know, rep modifiers, relic, all that stuff that's meant to be in there that I brought in. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Play the cheats. Get player file. Alright. Now, we're going to use this to fake. Let's see here. Let's see if this chicken ball. 10, 10, 3. So I just doubled the numbers. So now I've taken the game state from the server, and I'm overwriting it before I do anything. So now I can just mess with it. I really don't want to make a thing. I want to build a whole thing where I can do this easily, like quickly, or any of that kind of stuff. Because that's where bugs happen. That's where, you know, security things happen. Excuse me. Item. Alright, so let's go with 7,000. False. Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, it begs a question. Chosen. Interesting. Excuse me. Alright, so we have to do no, go back. So what we need to do is something like this. More like this. So get the items, and they're going to line them up. Those are the items you got in this run. And when you click on the item, it shows the placard, this thing, underneath. I don't do this in the battle results because you're not going to get more than 5 items. That's just not how it's set up, at least right now. So I don't have to worry about it. The placard's always on the bottom rung. Well, now I'm going to take this logic from this one, see how it's doing it, and then apply that to this. So that when I have, and it looks like shit right now, but we're working on that. And now I can get rid of, don't need this. So, we do here. Oh, I'm nursing a hernia. It's tiring for a while. thinking. So inside this, we'll say relic placard, modified placard. The item placard are all there you go. And now we go here and wait, what? Okay. Oh, those are relics. Wait. Those are relics. Oh, that was a terrible transition. Alright, so yeah, it's doing that. Okay. I really don't want to. Quarry selector. Run. Store. Section 1. Can you, how do you do not? Is it literally just not loot item? Holy! I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that easy. And we're gonna go, no, we'll leave the icons off because you'll have clicked on the thing. Yeah. It's shaping up, it's shaping up. Alright, so now go placard and not trading. Display on. Alright. Actually, we shouldn't. Oh! Yeah, you know what? Oh! Oh, it hurts me. It hurts my head. No, okay. So I'm not going to create a placard for every single time. That would be dumb. I mean, at early stages, you get one item, a few things, it's not gonna matter. You get later on in the game when you're getting to level 25, you're loading up on a lot of stuff. So we will create just what am I doing? Now it will naturally be at the end. And will not have. I don't need that. Don't need that. Don't, there's no slug. Again. And now I can just pop this in the front. That should be fine. Yeah, but what is the string? Whatever. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck you. Any guesses what FOTS stands for? We'll still need you in the end. Okay. Updates. So it didn't do the on-click handler. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, and oh, yeah, that's fine. Undefined. No, because I filled two. What? To remove a function. Yeah, okay. Sick. Oh. need a filter anymore. Still 6. Now 4. Well, we are doing better. Item. It's not a. It's not a class. Toggle. Toggle. Yeah, right there. Hold on one second. Alright, so I've gotten the call. It's time to come home. I got a little, just almost done. I'll finish this. I'm actually, I'm more or less done here from what I want to do. Alright, so why isn't it hiding them? Internet? Yes. Well, I'll see you guys later. Because my internet said it's time to come home too. Alright. That's funny. Alright. Alright. I'll see y'all later.